with me I have the Rocket Appartamento TCA. It's the new released model superseding the original Appartamento, which was an absolute classic. Today I'm going to give you a full rundown on the TCA and its exciting new features. So if you haven't yet, please do like and subscribe to our YouTube channel so we can produce more content like this. It does definitely help our channel and we certainly appreciate it. And while you're there, perhaps check out our review on the original Appartamento. And you can also check out when we went to Milan. Last year we toured the Rocket Espresso factory, so you can see where this machine was made, how much attention to detail that the Rocket team put into these machines, and you could really feel connected to the beauty of what Rocket do with espresso machines. So let's start with aesthetics. There's definitely some beautiful touches that have been put onto this machine, which are really ticking some boxes on a couple of little tweaks, I guess, that I wanted to have happen in the original Appartamento. The first would happen to be the outside here, the outside chassis frame. It's actually now got an integrated cup rail and full one-piece wraparound. Now that is a much more solid cup rail than the previous models, and you can have this change in color. So you can have it in this beautiful matte black or a stainless steel option. The original Appartamento had these round circles, so they've kept it because that really gives it a touch and its feel, but you've now got the option to have copper, white or stainless steel insert swap arounds, and there's a massive striking Rocket brand down the back, which is a beautiful touch. The most iconic part about the Appartamento is these circles on the side. Do you like that? Would you prefer just a straight flat side? Well, let us know in the comments below. There's a hidden little secret in the top of the cup rail. Now, I'm not going to try and pronounce it in Italian because I'm not that great at the language. But basically what it's saying, no matter how much the world could disappoint you, Milan is great. So that's a beautiful little touch. When we look at how you interact with the machine, on the front, they've done some upgraded steam tap and hot water knobs, and they've got this, I guess, nice soft touch feel plastic on there. They definitely don't feel cheap. Oh, what's that word when you say, when it feels nice?
It's a soft touch.
Soft touch. Yeah, when something feels aesthetically nice, there's a word for it. Like sensory or something, no, anyway. Now let's talk about the brew head. It's an aesthetical piece that they've only changed because they wanted to look different. It is an E61 head, which is coupled with the HX 1.8 litre boiler that you see across many of coffee machines in this range. From the brew head, let's talk some tech. There's some different things that are happening inside the machine, and you don't normally see this across machines at this price point, which is the entry-level HX market. So the boiler, being that 1.8 litre, has actually been wrapped or insulated, and that gives much better thermal stability in that heat exchange process, which we know, can have hot and cold different temperatures that come through, and you'd have to, flush the head to get the water to pass through that thermosiphon. But essentially, if you've got a bigger thermal mass that isn't changing as much, it's going to give you a much better output into your brew. That's coupled with a 1350 watt total power consumption, so it is quite low power in the HX range. And with the new upgraded board inside the TCA, it does now give you an eco mode. So it will drop down a little bit in temperature to save you some power when you're not using it. All you have to do is engage the brew lever, it'll come back up to temp and be ready to make coffee again. It'll also keep the brew head nice and warm because that water will start to continue to siphon at those lower temperatures. Now with that board, there's some extra tech that is inside the machine. We all have low water sensors in our tank. So if we run out of water, essentially the machine will beep or make an alarm at you. Rocket has taken it one step further. You've got a 2.5 litre water tank, and they've given you the finalized shot technology, I guess you could call it. What it's doing is it's got a low water sensor in it, and essentially it'll allow you to finish that shot, because we've all been there. We've been halfway through an espresso and then the machine beeps at you because you've run out of water. Well, there's a couple of probes a little bit higher in that water tank, which will sense that it's on low water and essentially allow the pump to keep going. But once you finish that shot and you try and brew again, it won't let you. It will then activate the no or low water signal and you'll have to refill up the tank. So that's a pretty smart bit of tech, especially when you spend heaps of time dialing in that beautiful coffee and you run out of water. So the sensor in the tank is called the TRS, or the tank residue sensor. Now, when you're looking at HX machines, it's really easy to start looking up the range to higher specifications like PIDs or shot timers. Well, in an entry-level model here from Rocket Espresso, they've used that new board to allow you to adjust the actual temperature of the boiler. It's a bit of a process, so I'll take you through it, but essentially you can adjust the steam pressure from 0.9 to 1 to 1.1 or 1.2 by following a series of steps, allowing you to have either more steam or lower the temperature so that the water that's coming through the head will be a little bit lower or hotter for the desired roast of the coffee that you enjoy at home. I'll come back to that a little later in the video because it is a process. Now, the good thing about shooting a video is you can see that eco mode works. It's now gone to a green light. We haven't activated anything on this machine, so it's now not going to keep it up to 100% temperature. It's very easy. If you just activate the brew lever, it'll come back to the nice little blue light and heat back up to temperature, ready to brew again. It is a vibration pump in this machine, which is pretty standard across all machines in these ranges, and you do have now a 24-month warranty, which is great because we used to only have 12 months, and it's great to see manufacturers giving more support to the home user. Now, there are a couple of things that wasn't always happy about what Rocket were doing, and they've definitely addressed them in this model. The first one is the drip tray. It looks like it's a full-size drip tray, but they've always had basically a false bottom in them. So this is a much larger drip tray with not as big a false bottom. So that gives you a lot more capacity when you're making your coffees. And it leads me to the other issue we have. We've been servicing machines for well over 15 years now with Rockets, and their chassis was always a metal that had a powder coated finish. And if you were anywhere near the sea or the ocean, or you were good at spilling water all through your machine, unfortunately you could wear that paint off and you would have a rusty chassis. But now, I believe it's going to be through all the new ranges moving forward, but the TCA is the first to get it, is the new Magnellus chassis, which is basically anti-rust or anti-corrosion proof. So that is a huge tick and a huge win, especially for people like us that live right near the sea. And you get the full set of accessories like Rocket look after you. You do get these beautifully embossed large group heads. Hey, I'm just going to stop you there for 1 minute. When we were preparing for the video, we made a mistake. We got so many machines out, we grabbed the wrong handles. So the handles that come with the TCA are these beautiful new model handles. You can see they have these tapered good grips on them. Beautiful little R's on the bottom. You get your double spout and your single spout portafilter splitters on them. Now, they do have the slight little curve on the edge here, which means you can't fit a 21 gram straight wall, but you can fit a VST 20 gram straight wall like this one. It will go straight in, so you can at least get that kind of extraction if you want to increase your recipe or dose. Now back to slightly younger Luke. You get a double and a single as well. You're blind, group head brush cleaner, and a few other little extras as well. So let me talk you through how to control the temperature that you want of the actual boiler and the eco mode settings. Have the lever all the way up and turn the machine on, and you'll start to see it go into programming mode, which is the yellow light. Now, if we pop this down, it's going to give us a series of red flashes, and these red flashes correlate to either low, medium, or high settings on the actual boiler temperature. 4 flashes is going to be 1.2 bar, 3 flashes is going to be 1.1 bar, 2 flashes is going to be 1 bar, and 1 flash will be 0.9 bar. So the lower temperature is 0.9 and the highest is going to be 0.2. All right, so you can see we're on 2 now, and to change that we just lift the lever up and put it back down again, and it will change to 3 flashes. If we want it on the highest setting, we're going to lift it up again and put it back down, and it's going to end up at 4 flashes. And you can work your way through that menu. And when you're happy, we just leave it up on the setting, and it will go solid. We pop it down. It's now going to take us into the eco mode settings. So 2 flashes means that eco mode is off and 1 is going to be on. To change that, again, just lift it up and put it back down, and now it's only flashing 1 light, which means eco setting is on again. And when you're happy with all the settings, just lift it all the way up. It'll flash solid green. We can put the brew down and it goes back to the nice little blue light and you're ready to brew. So there you have it, the new Rocket Espresso TCA. Are you a fan of these new changes or the original? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to know what you're thinking. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, and I hope that you've really got something out of this video. Please do like, subscribe, or share it with somebody who's looking at perhaps a new home machine. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. We'll catch you next time. Cheers.